Hello, welcome to this week's video, and I wanted to jump on here quickly to talk about Chelsea. Chelsea have received a lot of attention about their academy dealings over the past few weeks as we come to the end of a transfer window, and something in there has been sort of grating on me, and I want to jump on and turn it into a little bit of a video. Okay, over the past 5 years, Chelsea's spending has surpassed £1.7 billion in terms of their transfers. Okay, a huge amount. It surpassed everybody else in the Premier League. In order to stay within the rules, they've also had to ship people on. So they've sold over £890 million worth of talent on again. Why is this important for us? Well, a big part of that strategy has been to sell on their academy players as part of a business plan to make sure money's coming in and they don't fall foul of what we call PSR rules. Now, in there, Mason Mount we could talk about Tomori, we could talk about Conor Gallagher going to Atletico Madrid, Tammy Abraham, the list, Maatsen to Aston Villa, the list goes on. Why is this important for us? The reason this is important is, as much as Chelsea are being celebrated for having a great academy, it gives us a real good indication that players are part of a business model and they are the currency in a machine. The only reason Chelsea's academy is doing well and looks good because it's selling players on is because of a terrible approach to signing players. So in there, Koulibaly, 1 year sold on. Raheem Sterling still got 2 years left on his contract as I record this. £300,000 over per week, and they've got 2 years left to spend on that. Again, the list of people who've come in over the past 3 seasons and it's just been a waste of money, and then they've been moved on. The list goes on. That's a poor approach to transfer. How are Chelsea putting a plaster over that? By using their academy. There's collateral damage in that approach. Now, clubs can do it. It's within the rules. It's okay. But it gives us a good indication that players, kids, are part of a business machine. You don't get much choice on where you're moved to. Once a team decides that you're surplus to requirements and they need to move you on, they move you on. A really good example at Chelsea is Dewsbury Hall, who was brought by the current manager for a hell of a lot of money from Leicester. Looks like surplus to requirements. Now got to find himself another club. Okay, we might talk about the financial rewards and the upsides of being with Chelsea for a bit and that reputation, but never forget that this is a business. It's a really good example. Chelsea getting a lot of plaudits for their academy at the moment, but for me it's a really, really good example of how your kid is part of a business. I hope that makes sense and helps you. I'm appearing on a podcast that's been released the week that I record this video, so I'll put the link to that in the bottom of this video. If you like what I'm saying, please like it, subscribe, tell your friends about it, and I'll see you next week.